Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm one of the ones. A new creation, one who believes I'm a child of God. A holy nation, friend of the king. I'm protected and I'm loved. I'm an heir, so on the seas. I've been forgiven, I have been freed, I have been chosen, I've been redeemed. Okay, I'm one of the ones. One of who? One of the unashamed, I mean unashamed. Never do I hesitate or doubt to call upon his name. Call him mighty God, call him Jesus Christ. He's the King of Kings, he's the one who reigns. He's the Alpha, Omega, Jehovah, and we give him glory because he is the one. Yeah, we walk through the valley, we were not fearing the evil. We running and not growing weary, and soaring on wings like we eagles. We getting rid of our pride and stepping away from our ego. We keep our lips from telling lies, our tongues from speaking the evil. We got on the armor of God, built the truth, the shoes, peace. We know that the devil's a lie. The word about him will lose and sleep. We be depending on God. He said his grace is all we need. So where we keeping our minds? We keeping our minds stayed on me. Cause he is the one. I done been in the world, but I never been friends with the world. Maybe because I'm not of the world, I don't follow the world. Even if I'm meant to take an L, then it's probably out of this world. I'm a model of the world, I'm a represent God on this earth. In and outside of the church, the Father is first. I don't have a physical Bible, but baby, my Bible that broke. I know God is the one that supplies me with all that I need. That is through Jesus Christ, and I'm certain that all things are possible if you believe. So keep on speaking life. I know from the love of God that nothing can separate me. Not even death, either life. I know poverty catches up with too much slumber or sleep. So I'm into sleep at night, and the Lord is my strength. But who should I be afraid of? I fall on my knees and repent. He's better than what I done gave her. If I am the one being sent, Satan gon' see what I'm made of. Man, if you had any sins, I'm telling you now, he will change them. It's a delicate thing when I say I'm a step for the king. I put that on everything. With a mess, I'm clean. I don't mess with the devil, it stinks. I love and respect Elohim, he be setting us free. We know that all things are working together, declare and decree. Do you know of all things God is preparing for me? No, it's never been seen. Okay, I'm one of the ones, a new creation, one who believes I'm a child of God, a holy nation, friend of the king. I'm protected and I'm loved, I'm an heir, so on the seas. I've been forgiven, I have been freed, I have been chosen, I've been redeemed. Okay, I'm one of the ones. One of who? One of the unashamed, I mean unashamed. Never do I hesitate or doubt to call upon his name. Call him mighty God, call him Jesus Christ. He's the King of Kings, he's the one who reigns. He's the Alpha, Omega, Jehovah, and we give him glory because he is the one. Say it ain't so. I'm telling you now, I don't care if it's a race, I'ma set my own pace on my mark. Ready, set, go. I'm ashamed that I used to shift the blame when I hadn't done my part. Like say it ain't so, barely even took the time to just stop and use my mind or try hard. That was before, but now I figure why not start? I figure why not start? Hey, the biggest smile on my face when I'm around. You can't really tell that I'm hurting. Really do my best when out in public, keep my head from chilling down. But deep inside I feel like a burden. Everybody steady in my ear saying I should keep going. Not realizing that my heart is torn. Some days I wake up excited cause I know exactly what I'm doing. Other days I still wish I wasn't born. But it's cool cause I've dealt with the pain. If I wasn't so solid then I would melt in the rain. And the cycles I was in ain't do nothing but just keep on repeating. So I felt insane and I held tight to my selfish ways. Wouldn't seek help cause I would self-medicate. But when you look at me, just know that it's never too late. That's why I'm telling you now. I don't care if it's a race, I'ma set my own pace on my mark. Ready, set, go. I'm ashamed that I used to shift the blame when I hadn't done my part. Like say it ain't so, barely even took the time to just stop and use my mind or try hard. That was before, but now I figure why not start? I figure why not start? Hey, safe to say I found my rhythm. Don't you dare feel sorry for me, I am not a victim. We got problems and we fix them. It's just for me, music navigates the pain of my system. Beating the odds, I love that. If I ain't learning my lessons, then I mustn't have had enough yet. And Lord knows I can't be upset. Cause every single time somebody tries to help, I change.
How things been going? What do you mean by so?
I mean, just trying to like eat healthy, trying to work out, trying to get mental, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. So why not start?
Yeah, you're right. Wouldn't seek help cause I was self-medicated. But when you look at me, just know that it's never too late. That's why I'm telling you now. I don't care if it's a race, I'ma set my own pace on my mark. Ready, set, go. I'm ashamed that I used to shift the blame when I hadn't done my part. Like say it ain't so. Barely even took the time to just stop and use my mind or try hard. That was before, but now I figure why not start. I'm telling you now, I don't care if it's a race, I'ma set my own pace on my mark. Ready, set, go. I'm ashamed that I used to shift the blame when I hadn't done my part. Like say it ain't so. Barely even took the time to just stop and use my mind or try hard. That was before, but now I figure why not start. Hey, I don't care if it's a race, I'ma set my own pace on my mark. Ready, set, go. I'm ashamed that I used to shift the blame when I hadn't done my part. Say it ain't so. Barely even took the time to just stop and use my mind to try hard. That was before. Now I figure why not start. Hey.
Yo, what's good, gang? What's good? How y'all doing out there tonight? We back, man. We back in the building with another one. You see what I'm saying? So, how y'all feeling on this good old, Tuesday night? Still the beginning of the week, but hey, we here. You made it to this Tuesday. So, you ought to be proud. You know what I'm saying? You made it, so you should be proud that you're still here. So, how y'all doing out there tonight, man? You know what I'm saying? Tap in. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button if you ain't already hit it. As you come in the building, please drop a link. Please drop a comment. The link is pinned into the chat. You want to come up, chop it up, you know what I'm saying? You want to have an opinion on what we're talking about tonight. Then by all means, drop that thing in there and y'all come on up. You know what I'm saying? Hit that link. You know what I'm saying? And then we chop it up. You feel me? And we see where it goes. You know how we do it. It's a greasy game. How we do it. So y'all see the title of the Duck Hood Hard Part 2. You know what I'm saying? So we finna run it back one time. You know what I'm saying? We had some more we gotta talk about on this thing. So we're gonna run it back a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So we ain't gonna be long. I don't know. I said I ain't gonna be long, but you know what I'm saying? So y'all already know you're back in the building. This is Talking Greasy. So welcome back to the shop. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same mic. What you talking about? Hey, JMYG Studio. Hey. See, you appreciate you tapping in. You know what I'm saying? Same mic, same seat. Let's filter more truth. It's the one for the folks who signed up before they hit the play. You see what I'm saying? So, man, listen, we just ran a part 2 to it. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, I don't know, some people say, being grown feel like a setup. You know what I'm saying? You know, because ain't no way this was the plan. You know, like they told us to work hard and everything was gonna fall in place. That's what they told us. Question is, what place? What place are we working hard for it to fall into? You know, because everything's falling apart when you look at the way the world is now and society and the economy and inflation and you know what I'm saying? When you look at all that, you know what I'm saying? Think about it. But let's start this. Being grown is being tired for no reason and guilty for resting. Cause you lay down and it's like you look like all right, appreciate you. Let me bring you up, all right. Hey, tap in this studio.
Excuse me.
Oh,
Hi.
hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Oh, thank you.
Round of applause, round of applause. You know what I'm saying? One more time for you.
Mm.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. How you doing out there tonight?
I'm doing well.
Doing well.
So missed last night's topic. So you said
Yeah,
this is a part 2.
yeah, we're gonna run it back one time. You feel me?
So
We're
is
gonna run it
adulthood hard? Yes, absolutely. Adulthood is hard. And I don't think it's because we don't know what to do. I think it's because we know exactly what needs to be done and still have to do it even when we're tired.
back.
I think that's what it is.
Okay.
Like, because you're an adult, nobody is gonna save you. Nobody's coming. You know, some people are lucky enough to still have mommy, daddy, you know, but eventually, things change. People, age, and there's like no bail, no recess, no permission slips. Well, I guess in some sectors, in some vocations, you do have permission slips, but generally speaking, you wake up every day responsible for your choices, your emotions, your your healing, your finances, your time, and sometimes other people's well-beings. Hello, parents out there, because
Oh,
now you're responsible for a whole nother adult, or a whole nother being, right?
right.
Other than yourself. So like, and then you don't get extra credit for doing it well. There's nobody to like pat you on the back like you've had your finances, you know meticulously organized for the last 5 years. Here's an award, or take a break or take a nap. Like, nobody there's no extra credit. Like, it's like, I don't know. You Adulthood to me is like having to make decisions with not all of the information, with like incomplete information, right? You got to choose between two things that you don't want to do.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? It's
right.
like it's like there's like, okay, so actions always yield consequences, whether those consequences are negative or positive, right? And so if we take that simple principle and we make it applicable here, like, it doesn't matter what you do. Like, everything has a consequence that's unfavorable as an adult. It's like, if you work hard and you stay single and you make a lot of money, then you're lonely. The consequence is you're lonely. You don't have a social life. You didn't grow a family, right? But if you grow a family first and you don't do whatever vocation that you really wanted to do and you focus on family, then you're going to be dissatisfied or broke, you know? And it's like, all of those things suck, right? But then there are like a few people who are able to like balance a lot of different things at once, and then they have an okay life. and their life is fulfilled. But it's always something that we miss, right? It's like in between the tired and the showing up and knowing the right thing to do and doing it anyway, you know, I don't know. It's like it's realizing that motivation is optional, but discipline isn't. Discipline is not optional as an adult. You
Right.
don't get that leeway because, like, it's like paying bills that you don't even remember signing up for. It's like, why do we have to pay for water? This should be a free resource. Why? Like, we miss you, Nikola Tesla. Why do we have to pay for electricity? This should be a free resource. Like,
Would be
I
nice.
don't, the friendships change, as you become an adult. It is that much harder to make adult friendships than childhood friendships. Because I guess, like, as children, we kind of just trust more. But by the time you hit adulthood, so many things have happened to, like, crack that trust in other people and humanity in general that you just like, I could do bad by myself, you know?
Yeah.
And then it's like it's carrying these childhood wounds while we're still not trying to pass them down. Like, especially if you have kids, right? Because there are some people who don't have children, and their
That's true.
childhood traumas can be passed down to, like, their nieces and nephews, or if they're a teacher or mentor, people that they're mentoring or teaching, But then you have, like, the parents, right? Like, it's a struggle. Like, my goal as a parent is, like, raising a kid who does not have to, like, and this is so sad, who does not have to, like, unlearn things from their childhood or unlearn trauma. And it is so hard to do because everything is traumatizing nowadays. And sometimes without even really knowing it, right? And then, I don't know, it's like a part of adulthood. It's like learning that rest has to be scheduled. Because if you don't schedule rest, you will grow up and not know how to do it, like, at all. And I think we've talked about this a few podcasts back, but um
Right.
yeah, it's way more adults than I can count that actually don't know what rest and peace look like because they weren't taught what that looks like. Or maybe there's a cookie cutter version that everybody believes that there should be, but it doesn't work for some people because everyone is different. Everyone has different tolerances. Everyone sleeps different amounts, different heights, different weights. So it affects your metabolism, the way you show up, right? Um, it's just a lot. It's a lot of things. And yeah, I really do feel like it's a setup because, like, it's literally like people talk about grief when someone is gone, right? But nobody talks about how in adulthood you have to grieve people who are still alive, grieve these
Mm.
relationships or what they could be or what they should have been, or the fantasy that you played out in your mind about, having this friendship with old girl, or old dude, right? Let alone romantic relationships. Like, that's top tier grief, especially like if you've, like, invested so much of yourself and it just didn't work out for whatever reason, but you wanted it to so bad. Like, and you think about it while you're at work or while you're driving a car or while you should be doing focused on other things. Like, you should be praying right now, but you had to stop prayer because you just had an intrusive thought about this relationship that didn't work. And now you got to repent for idolization. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't talk about, like how your peace has to be protected as an adult, or like how, like, healing has to be, intentional, because you can't just ghost everybody. You have to actually heal, although you don't want to, right? Or it doesn't feel good, or you may feel like you don't have time, because I know sometimes that has actually happened to me. Like, something would happen and I feel really sad about it. But I ain't even have time to process it because like I have to go pay 50 million bills and go back to work and be an administrator and then be a mother, daughter, sister, cousin, auntie, mentor, chef, um, chauffeur, maid, accountant. You know, it's just it's so many things that you have to do. But here's the part we don't say enough. Adulthood is also powerful because like once you accept how hard it is, you stop romanticizing the ease. You start respecting the strength. So yeah, adulthood is hard. And I guess it's also where you get to choose who you become. So, and that choice right there, I think it's worth the wait. I think it's worth the wait. What do you think?
And to piggyback off something you just said, like you said, adulthood, you be able to choose who you want to become. And the thing about that is, when you reach adulthood, a lot of people really don't know um, what they want to become. A lot of people have thoughts of being this or being that, but then once you reach the age to where you 18 to 25 or 26 or 30, however you want to see it. But once you reach that age, a lot of times we still guessing because we get out there and then we start doing maybe something similar to what we thought we wanted to, and then we start to realize, oh, I don't even like this said thing, and then it ain't enjoyable. It just turn into something that you kind of hesitant or kind of regret going to every day. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It turned into actual work. You know what I'm saying? Because I've heard people say when you find something that you enjoy doing, you won't even consider it work because you would enjoy it. You know, so.
Hmm.
But if it's not enjoyable, then it turns into actual work. And then you regret it, resentment, and then you stumbling, over the next 5 to 10 years, still trying to figure out what it is what I'm sorry. You're still trying to figure out what it is that you want to become or that you might deem that's enjoyable to you. So it won't feel like a burden or it won't feel like just a particular task that you have to do on a
Wow.
daily basis.
Hmm.
So but the thing about it is, yeah, you can say it's hard, because we as kids we grow up at that point your problems are small, you know what I'm saying? You worried about where your next piece of candy coming from, you worried about, what type of shoes you wearing or what type of clothes you got on or how
Or
you gonna
how
fix your
well,
hair, you know.
or how well you obeyed your sperm donor so that you don't get a whooping tonight.
Right. So but then you get into adulthood and it's like you got all these problems and they have great details, you know, and then now everything has some form of paperwork, everything got forms that you do now. And it's like you can't do nothing without providing some type of document of who you are,
Wow.
you know.
You know what? You're right. You're right. That's I actually never thought about that. But I feel like actually that's one of the hardest parts of adulthood, like that right there. Because I don't feel like adulthood is just like paying bills or getting older, but it is about realizing you're responsible for becoming someone, right? Even when you're not sure who that is yet. So, I think when people reach adulthood without like a clarity about who they want to become, life gets louder, you know, and you start reacting instead of choosing. And, you start to drift instead of be direct. And you start to chase like this comfort and validation or survival, instead of purpose. And I feel like that's when the confusion shows up to make life even more harder as adulthood, like in those relationships or in those careers or in those boundaries or in those decision makings, because a lot of people aren't lost because they're lazy. They're just overwhelmed by choice without the identity that they should have. Because, like, nobody teaches you how to decide who you're becoming. They just tell you to figure it out, or they tell you, like, hey, you got time, right? It's like it comes with this quiet pressure to perform stability, while at the same time, while instantaneously internally asking yourself, is this really who I'm supposed to be? So, like, I see that a lot, especially like with people I grew up with. They don't know who they want to become, so they borrow identities from other people, from like parents and partners and trauma, and from survival mode and from social media. And I feel like that's why adulthood feels heavy, because you don't know everything to start. You just have to choose values before outcomes. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I did. I chose values before I chose the outcomes, because those decide like what kind of character you want, or what kind of integrity you live by, or what kind of peace you protect. You see what I'm saying? Because if you let the person you're becoming catch up over time, from that or whatever, a lot of times it don't take long, because it's like a system that you set in place, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't think like people are failing adulthood. It just looks really different based off the cards that you've been dealt. And it's hard because you're trying to form yourself in real time. I think that's why it's so hard.
Right. Right. And then you got then it'd be like, when you get the just say friends, associates, or whatever you want to call them, that you um or if it's still a childhood friend that you've been, talking to for a while, or you develop a friendship with somebody along the path of your adulthood. And most of the time, I would say most of the time, even let's say half of the time when you talk to them, most of them got something that's going on with them. You know what I'm saying? In some type of shape, form, or fashion. You know, you call them, they call you, and first after the first couple of sentences, you just hear, "Man, let me tell you what I've been dealing with." You know what I'm saying? And it's like
Exactly.
as you get into adulthood, it's
Hmm.
like it's like almost like everybody's stressed or
Hmm.
overwhelmed or you would think some people are maybe 1 week from snapping. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because you see a lot of stuff
exactly.
out
And
here
that's
now
another
happening.
reason.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I was saying exactly. Like, and that's another reason like adulthood feels heavy, because by the time you're an adult, or some people say grown, everyone is carrying something, right? And your friends aren't just like your friends anymore. They're parents and their partners and their caregivers and their employees and their survivors and their providers of people who need things, right? So when you talk to people, you're not just having these conversations, you're like stepping into their stress, their uncertainty, their responsibilities, their unfinished healing. And then a lot of the times these same people are still just showing up anyways. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I feel like that's why adult friendships require more grace, because it's so much going on. Like, you need more patience, you need more understanding. because a lot of us got to realize like people aren't distant because they don't care. It's because they're tired, and it's because they're stressed and stretched out, and trying to hold their own lives together. And that's hard to do when you're doing it by yourself.
Right.
Even when you have a partner, it's still hard to do because it takes like a community.
Definitely take a community. And that's one thing I think we've gotten away from as a society, and especially as I think African Americans. I think early on we done a great job as raising kids as a community, but I think we are definitely getting away from that now. Um, because to your point, the Bible tells you it takes a village to raise a child. You know, and so that's something that I think that's very important in the world that we are living in now. Like we have to get back to that because that way it's not so much stress or so much a person being overwhelmed because they have a support system around them to where they know if this don't happen, then I know that'll happen, or it's just almost like just having let's say what I'm looking for, like a lifeline. It's almost like saying you got a lifeline. You know what I'm saying? You know how
Right.
you know how like when people when on the show like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, they should allow you to phone a friend. That was a variation of a lifeline. You know what I'm saying? And if you got a community around you, then that's what kind of similar to that. Like you got a lifeline there to kind of help you. So a lot of times the stress or being overwhelmed, like it's not as bad because you know you got somebody or few people behind you. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't even ask people how they doing. You know what I'm saying? They just once they hear that, you just ask if you straight. You know what I'm saying? And if you from uh, uh, an African American community, you know that straight just mean, hey, hey, brother, you ain't gave up yet. Hey, like you ain't quit. You ain't ready to end your life over this night. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all that quit that word means when you kind of using it in that term. You just want to
And it's
make sure.
crazy because a lot of people actually do feel that way though. Like they when they ask people like, "Hey, how you doing?" They don't even wait for a response. You know?
Yeah. So I think it's very important on that portion of it because um, if anybody just pay attention to the news or just sometimes social media, like it's so much going on with people and life, and we can say people snapping, we can say people losing their mind, however you want to say it. But when you get into adulthood, that mental health plays a very important part too. Like because it's going to be trials and tribulations and um, challenges along the way and hurdles that you got to continuously jump over. And if your mind ain't in the right spot and you done jumped over 10 hurdles and you like, oh shit, I got another hurdle. And you just want to, you too tired. You just like, okay, forget this. Let me just go on and give up. You know what I'm saying? But mental health plays a major part when you talk about adulthood because you got to be into a space to where you can understand and kind of I say adapt as you go along in this thing we call life because
Yeah.
you old saying, old baseball analogy, life gonna throw you curveballs. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, you gotta learn how to adapt to whatever curveball it throw at you.
And
And
I
it's
think adulthood also teaches you like that everybody is fighting something that you can't see. And compassion is like a skill, right? It becomes a skill and not just a feeling. And that's why when you say maturity, it's not like about having fewer problems. It's about learning how to hold space without drowning in other people's weight, and learning when to listen and when to protect your own capacity, because those things in itself are hard to do, but once you get a hang of it, that's the balance that is adulthood. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. And just to piggyback out that, like what you just said, like being grown is it's sometimes realizing you're the strong one, or you're the strong friend, or you're the strong family member, or whichever way you want to put it. You know what I'm saying? But just realizing that you the one people always lean on, or you the reliable one, or the trustworthy one that you know. But the thing about that is who checks on you. You know what I'm saying? Because that could be very mentally overwhelming when you have, let's just say, you got 5 or 6 people that you fool with, family members and friends. You know what I'm saying? And all of them are relying on you to be that person that they call for advice, or be that person that show up when they need something. And it just, but at that moment, like, who's checking on you? Because you giving out so much, but it's like you need somebody there to check on you and to actually feed back into you.
Yeah,
Because
everybody needs
most
somebody.
people, yeah, and most people, when they find somebody that's reliable, or they can lean on for certain things, they just assume you good because they getting so much from you. So they feel like if you giving it to them, they feel like you good on your end. You know what I'm saying? But what a lot of people don't realize is being strong is lonely. It becomes lonely because now everything that you're giving, it's not reciprocated back to you. And so you sitting there looking for where my strong person at. Well, my person will lean on it. You know what I'm saying? Who I'm gonna call when I need somebody.
Jesus.
You know, hey, to your point, hey, that might be who you need to call. You know what I'm saying?
It's all I got. All I got.
But yeah, it just like adulthood just different now. You know what I'm saying? And then especially if you're not, like, if you're not already married and we just talking about dating, like sometimes you just walk into a situation already tired. You know what I'm saying? Because life is through you so many different things. You know what I'm saying? Especially in dating world, because you tried dating 3, 4 people, and now you're on the fourth one or the fifth one, and it's like in your mind you're like, I want to try, but you tired from trying. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's more, now it's consistent work that you have to continue every other month learn something. A person, individual, dates, time, places, family members, kids, whatever, the whole nine, every couple months, and it's like, because in your mind you want something that works. You know what I'm saying? Like you tired of starting over, and that's why I say you can go into a situation tired already, because you don't want it to be another situation like it was last time. You know, and it's like at that point you just go into a courtship, and you just be looking for the basic things. They don't even have to be nothing spectacular. You just be looking for the basic things. You know, you don't even sometimes you be so tired you don't even need excitement. You know what I'm saying? When you just trying to find somebody, you just want some peace, some honesty. You just want somebody that's just consistent. Like you don't even need all the hoopla that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're so tired of the dating pool, the dating individuals not working. You know,
Yeah, it is a lot that go into trying to learn people, and like it's exhausting emotionally and mentally.
and so and and I say this, but it's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like the older you get, it seems like the less drama you should want. You know what I'm saying? Because don't get me wrong, I know some older people that love drama too. But
Wait a minute, what you mean you should want? What you mean?
I'm
I ain't
saying the
know it's
older,
people out here that like drama that want it. I didn't know
yeah,
that existed.
I think it's people that invite drama. I really do. I could be completely wrong, but I actually think it's people out here that love drama situations. You know what I'm saying? Whether
What
it's
you
you,
mean? Like, so what you mean?
well, when I say drama, well, you got people out here that I think that enjoys, you know, arguments or fighting or or just being messy, you know, gossiping behind each other back or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's people out here that just enjoy them types of things. You know, like not saying it's turning out well all the time, but they just enjoy them. You know,
Well, they need to go and watch some TV shows. What they got what is it? You know what I'm talking about? The
what show?
Island,
Oh,
the dating on the island. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, yeah, I know you're talking about that. Yeah,
They need to get their drama from somewhere
of a
fake.
TV show, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Cause that's
yeah.
wild.
But you know, but when you get to a certain man, what the only reason I was going there because I was saying that when you get to a certain age, it's like you shouldn't invite the drama. Like you should be seeking some type of peace within, you know, some type of peace with God. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just
If you understood your identity, you ain't even got to worry about a lot of this stuff. But even if you know God, I mean, I feel like adulthood is still kind of hard until you figure out a balance. But then it won't be balanced for very long because no season lasts forever. So, like, if you're in a really good reaping season, it's going to come to an end at some point. And then you got to readjust, you know? And that's just simply a part of being an adult. And what sucks about it is like, you don't really know what to do. And I think that even if people could be told exactly what to do, they still wouldn't do it.
so. Uh, so yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like I said. We could say it hard, but and then some people might just say we make it hard. You know what I'm saying? By you know wanting life a certain way or wanting certain things or trying to live above our means or whichever way you want to put it. But but a lot of times with a lot of people, money dictates your mood. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, I mean, if money is your god, I can see how it'll dictate your mood. Because the only thing that money does is give you options, if we're just being honest. And a
right.
lot of people like options. You know what I mean? And so I get what you're saying if you're saying, like, because I don't have an option, I'm grumpy or I'm sad. or I'm mad, right? Um, and that's okay. Those are valid feelings, right? But that's also a thing because you're an adult, you put yourself in a position to have options in the first place. Because if you know you're a person who likes options, then you know that, this is the thing that I need to do to be happy or to not be grumpy.
You know,
Because you
and
could
I
not be
understand.
grumpy and not necessarily be happy. You could be like content as well. You know what I mean?
Right, right. And what I was referring to is and your point is valid too. But I was referring to, a lot of people is more calmer when they know their bills paid. Not necessarily making money your guide, but just knowing that you got stuff that need to be handled. So if your bills pay, you a whole lot calmer most of the time.
Yeah. Oh, so you're talking about like anxiousness. Like when
Yeah,
someone is like anxious. I'm like that sometimes. Um Around certain scenarios, I'm definitely like that. Like I don't want to be, but see, I think this, like, again, childhood trauma. So like, for example, if a person grew up like scraping by with food and they become an adult and they get a decent job or they got cash flow coming in, they're gonna be a food hoarder or a foodie because like they didn't have that security when they were younger. So now they have to stockpile it so that they can see that they're not about to starve, so that they know where their next meal is coming from. You get what I'm saying? And some people are like that about like money too, or sleep, or friends. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of this stuff is childhood trauma, and it kind of carries on into your adulthood. And that's what make adulthood hard, you know?
yeah, and that's
One of the factors, at least.
yeah, definitely one
The
of them.
trauma.
Yeah, cause that sticks with you. If you got any type of trauma that sticks with you into adulthood, like you gotta almost section yourself off, or your friends, or your friend list is very minimal. One or two people. So especially bringing trauma from childhood, like because you don't know who you could trust because you feel like they might use that trauma against you. So, but I definitely understand that. So I don't know. I just know adulthood
So yeah,
is, and to
hello.
your point earlier, yeah, and to your point earlier, adulthood is especially about finding some type of peace. You know what I'm saying? Or learning to move a certain type of way, whether it's in silence or whether you have someone you feel you can confide in, or whether it's talking to Jesus or God all the time. Whatever it is, but in some way you have to find that peace so that you can continuously be mentally stable to enjoy and maneuver through this thing that we call life. You know. So
So I
with
want to
that
go
point,
back.
go ahead.
I want to go back to what you were saying because you was moving kind of fast. Um, about childhood trauma coming into adulthood, and I was saying like, yeah, that kind of makes adulthood hard. Like as I was thinking, um, while you were talking, so sorry for not listening to what you were saying, but I really was thinking about that, and it's really the part that people don't talk about enough. Like it's a lot for us to enter adulthood already tired, not from life now, but from surviving life then. But when childhood trauma goes like unaddressed, adulthood seems like it becomes heavier because you're not starting at zero. Like you're starting in recovery mode. You see what I'm saying? It's like you're trying to build stability while you're still learning safety. And you're trying to form these healthy relationships while you're still learning how to trust people. Or you're trying to like regulate your emotions that you were never taught to name in the first place. Or you're trying to make decisions about a model for consistency. And that's a lot of responsibility. It's like pre-parenting yourself, right? Like while the world expects performance. And so like some people have to slow down a little bit to even get past that because they're, you know, they're it's like a performance. It don't it don't it don't disappear when you turn 18. Like the trauma doesn't. Excuse me. It kind of like shows up as like hyper independence or people pleasing or emotional shutdown or like overworking at home or at work, or like it shows up as like you're afraid to rest or you have difficulty receiving help from other people. Or, and I even know some people who kind of like choose chaos because it feels familiar. Like it's like they're always chasing like chaos, like some kind of feeling, like a high or a thrill. You get what I'm saying? And so the hard part is like you don't realize that it's trauma at first. You think like, oh, this is just the way that I am. You think it's how you are. And then like life gets like really exhausting because you're carrying like this unresolved grief or unmet needs or these survival habits they no longer serve you, all while trying to look like a functional, presentable, um tax paying human being, you know. So I think that's why that's another reason why adults feel like adulthood is hard because this can make you stuck or make you feel like you're behind or some other adults are called adults, they be like, oh, you're immature, right? When really like it's just unresolved trauma. Now obviously the solution for that is to get a therapist, to find one that works for you. But let's just be honest, that is hard to do as well, especially like with all these crazy things that the insurances are doing. And then, okay, so I'm going on a tangent because we really could talk about insurance. That really could be like a whole podcast by itself, like talking about insurance, because whose idea was it to separate dental from from vision? And that's like who thought of that? Like, why are they doing it? Like,
Oh, shoot.
who voted for that? Because I didn't. Like, what? Why is it so expensive? Why don't they have
Good
like a
question.
bundle? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's like a subscription. And like, why is it not bundled together like car insurance? Like, you could get like car insurance and house insurance bundled so
Hmm.
you won't have to pay them separately. Like, why come my insurance can't be like that? And like, why are they charging these companies like these crazy amounts for group insurance? They have like vision and dental separated like that. That's insane. Okay, I digress. Go ahead.
Are you fine? Yeah, that's a little fine. Um, like I said, I just think it's hard, but long as you can find your way around it, uh, this life, not just around the life itself, but around some hurdles, some obstacles, and still come on the other side and still be smiling to where your mental health don't become an issue. Yeah, or
But
whether
let's just
you,
be honest, mental health is going to be an issue because a lot of adults are doing like what I would call like double labor. And so what do I mean by that? Well, that's like managing today's responsibilities while also simultaneously like undoing yesterday's damage. That's double labor. You know what I'm saying? But for some adults, they catch on fast, and it kind of like I don't feel like it like the healing disqualifies you from being an adult. Because some people do. Some people do feel like that. I have ran into people who felt like that.
Mm.
I don't feel like that, but I do feel like it matures you faster than most people. So
So,
you guys like don't what'd you say?
I was speaking to I am Aries. I'm sorry. Hey, just speaking to her. She just popped up. So speaking. I'm sorry, but go ahead. I'm sorry about interrupting you.
Yeah, so like I was gonna say I was gonna say the moment you start recognizing these patterns instead of like blaming yourself, you know, you just stop surviving adulthood, right? And start shaping it because it's hard, but you don't have to feel weak. Like, you know how some people be like, oh, you just weak. It's not hard, you're just weak. That's not true, right? Like you're courageous enough to carry the pain and still choose growth, and that deserves compassion from other people and from yourself. So, like, if anybody under the sound of my voice is feeling like that, like, just give yourself a little grace and try to reset. You know, it'll come to you eventually because you don't have to know everything right now. And if you just allow yourself to just breathe a little bit and slow everything down around you, you can like get everything done that you need to get done efficiently. It may not be like perfection, but you could get it done. You could check it off a list,
All
you
right.
know? Go ahead.
You're right. You're definitely right about like not allowing yourself to get too down on it. You know what I'm saying? Like I think some people take it a little bit more to the heart than others, but like you said, you allow yourself to get down on it, then you pretty much already kind of lost the fight. So we gotta stay at a point to where we keeping our mindset in a certain spot to continuously try to move forward. Because all it takes is one wrong move and bam, there you go. But yeah, I don't know. Like life is hard sometimes because some people just want it to fall in place. You know what I'm saying? Like they want it to be this, on these movies, these sweet fairy tale endings and whoop the whoop.
That's our nature, though. That's like, we come from a being that's perfect. You know what I mean? So, like, perfection looks nice to us. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of wired in to like who we are as humans, like from a faith perspective. You get what I'm saying? But you were never meant to carry it alone because scripture never promises us like a pain-free life. It promises us like presence and strength and renewal. And so like when you have like these traumas or these issues like coming into adulthood, absolutely the enemy wants to shame us and convince us to stop and to sit down and what hurts and call it our identity. But God's call is always forward. You got to keep moving. I was gonna give you a scripture, but I want to put this cookie in my mouth. So hold
Hmm.
on. Okay, I'm
Another
just gonna give you the scripture first. So I was thinking about Philippians 3:13 through 14. It's like forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth unto those things which are before. I press forward the mark. I press toward the mark. And it goes on to say some other stuff. But that doesn't mean like pretending the past didn't happen. It means like refusing to let it become like a prison that you live in, right? Because God is gonna allow healing, to be like processed, not punished, not punishment. So you want to move forward in faith. Just like Isaiah 43 and 18 and 19 say, remember, you are not the former things. And then it goes on to say, to like, behold, I would do a new thing. So I feel like if people find their identity in Christ, regardless of what happened in life, it's going to be okay. Because even in faith, adulthood is hard. It's still hard, you know? Yep.
So, huh?
You okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm good. Just
Yeah,
thinking.
adulthood is hard, but with God, you don't move forward alone and you don't move forward in vain. So, you just got to trust that forward movement, no matter how slow, because that's still obedience
All right.
from a faith perspective. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, you got a great point. Just continue to move forward. I just think for some people, adulthood just become like a norm. You know, a lot of stuff don't be shocking to them no more. They kind of get, you know, kind of used to the curveballs and disappointing things happening. You know, so they allow it to become kind of like almost like second nature or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that
Oh,
affects.
you mean like desensitized?
Um, no, not necessarily that. You know how life happens, and then you can get just so used to bad things happening. It's nothing. It when it happens again, it don't shock you. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Become a
almost like you
pessimist.
feeding it because you looking for it because you're so comfortable with it happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's not normal. That's not normal. Um, I know it might seem normal, but it's absolutely not normal because the scripture says that everything has a season. So the only thing that's supposed to be constant in your life is change. So if you're stuck somewhere, or like proverbial, like you're so used to, like, for instance, like you were saying, bad things happening, and they've been happening for a long time, like over 7 years, like to the point where you just expect bad things to happen. That's not normal. That's not a regular circumstance that you should be comfortable with. You should first recognize that something is wrong, and second, like, you need to be praying to fix it, because you're not supposed to be in one season your whole life. There's supposed to be a season for everything. Like, if you've only been in poverty, there's supposed to be a season of abundance as well. And if you've never experienced that, then you're missing out. Like, quite literally, something is wrong. That don't seem normal.
Well, I don't think it's normal because mm,
I can hear people saying, like, oh, well, this might be my norm because my grandfather did it like this and my father did it like this, and now I'm doing it like this. Yep, that's a generational curse.
right.
That's not It's not normal. Y'all done had that for way too long. Somebody need to put a stop to that before it run all the way through your bloodline. That's what that is. Like, and let's talk about that. Let's talk about the faith side of it. Adulthood could be hard because y'all dealing with these demons. Y'all allowing them to play with y'all.
Mm.
Ain't nobody breaking no generational curses, and they running rampant. Playing with your health, playing with your mind, playing with your money, playing with your significant other and your spouse. Some of y'all sleeping with folks in y'all sleep. And y'all dreams, them demons you laying with. And they stopping you from getting married. Or they offing your spouse in real life. And you can't stay married. Like, for real. Like, and some people like look at these supernatural, circumstances, and then they be like, "Oh, well, that's just normal." No, it's not. No, it's not. Open up your book, read your Bible. It's not normal. Yeah, so like y'all might want to look into that as well. That might be another reason why like adulthood is like way harder than it should be. Like, yes, everybody gets sifted, and that's hard, but it should be simple. You know what I'm saying? If your life is hard and complicated, you're doing something wrong. It should be hard but simple. You know what I mean? Like, if you're doing it right, you should have some relief here and there. If everything is always wrong and nothing good ever happens ever, yeah, that's not. They playing with you.
You gotta figure it out.
No, they playing with you bad. That's a horrible place to be in. And really, it ain't really much you got to figure out. You should already know what to do. Like, pick up the book and surrender, cause you can't even. You need help with that. You can't even do that by yourself. You need help with that. It ain't no way around it. They will
All right.
take you up out of here. You trying to play with them like that, and you ain't got no authority. Okay. Mm-mm. That's not okay. Yeah. No. Mm-mm. That's why it's hard. If it's a life shouldn't be unbearable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be worth living if it was unbearable. And I feel like everybody should have some type of relief. Should have something that I know different people have different purposes here, you know. But I also believe that nobody's life should be unbearable. I feel like if it's to a point to where it is, something has gone terribly wrong, and you need to fix it immediately, spiritually, so that your natural can like follow suit because something is wrong spiritually. Like last week. Yeah, that's not. You need to pray
I don't know.
to Jesus Christ, not to like. I'm not talking about these. They got other stuff folks is praying to too. That's not what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm talking about. Don't get no sage. Please don't go get no sage and light it up. Please don't do that. Go get you a good old book that say the Holy Bible and read it.
Hmm.
It'll help you out tremendously, so you can get back to your manageable days, and then hopefully, you'll have some really good ones to come too. I pray that over everybody life who listens to this podcast,
Mhm.
cause that's ridiculous. Even the thought of that upsets me. Well, anyway, but yeah, like I feel like adulthood is hard. Um, for sure. It's so hard getting out of bed every day and having to do anything. Yeah, it's just so hard. You were supposed to laugh.
But I did.
I didn't hear you. Wow.
But I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So yeah, and to your point, bro, like and that's what people gotta realize, like it ain't the bills, it ain't the work sometimes, and it ain't even the fact that you might be stressed out in some type of way.
What
Like
can
it's
to say?
exactly
What
what you
is it?
say. It's exactly what you said. Like it's realizing you gotta get up, keep going, even when you don't feel like
Tired. I'm talking about bummed out tired. I'm talking about feet aching, back hurting, elbows popping, head throbbing, mouth dry, eyes bumping. Y'all know you ever had your eyes to like burn? Like
it.
you
Yes.
know what I'm talking about? Like it's just so uncomfortable. Like you barely like if you close them for too long, you know you finna go to sleep. Like if you blink for too long, you sleep. Like you know what I'm talking about? Like, yes, it's been way too many of them days. I had to change some, bro. I started eating carrots and drinking water and exercising because I was like, it just can't be it. This
Hmm.
can't be it. Ain't no way. I'm reaching up to grab the handle on the refrigerator and I hear my elbow pop. Like that's not No, 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 no. We ain't doing it. You know. And then I keep seeing my peers, especially like on social media, seeing and hearing my friends and stuff. They say they'll see people dance and they'll be like, "Oh, they must have went and bought some new knees because my knees don't do that." And I'm like, I'm scared to try it because I don't want to like I know my mind remember that I can squat, but I don't know if I'm gonna actually physically be able to do that and get right back up, no problem. And I work out 5 times a week. And I'm not even sure if I could do that. Like, bro, because I got to be in the whole mindset. But when you become an adult, it hit different. Like, when you a kid, you a teenager, you a young adult, you drop a pen on the ground, you bend over and pick it up. Squat, pick it up. You know what I'm saying? You drop a bottle of water, roll down a decline, you run behind it, pick it up. When I hit adulthood, let a water bottle fall out of my hand and it roll down a decline. It's gonna keep rolling because I ain't picking it up. It's been time where I've been in the store and I dropped my keys on the ground. And in that moment, I was like, I guess I'm walking home.
Hmm.
And began, and proceeded to start walking home. And somebody pick them up. Hey, ma'am, you dropped your keys. Babe, I'm so glad you picked it up because I promise you I wasn't finna pick it up. I promise you I was not gonna risk that. I was, that was not a decision that I was going to make.
Hmm.
Like, bro, I'm telling you, that has happened to me a couple of times. Like, it's just some stuff you just like, you know better. You like, nah, I'm an adult now. I don't think I can. You know what? We ain't gonna even tempt my angels today. So let me just walk away.
Yeah.
That had never happened to you?
No, no, I'm gonna grab it.
Mid air? Like it fall and you catch
No,
it
no,
before you
not me.
forget?
I'm just saying if it falls and hit the ground, no, I'm gonna try to bend down and get it.
You
My stuff
okay,
ain't
Mr.
what it used
Crazy?
to be. My stuff ain't what it used to be, but yeah,
I
I'm
don't know about
okay.
that. Yeah, I
You know
had
if
to
I would,
ask him. Yeah. Cause you started speaking a little slurred, like he was like being worn out by the thought of bending over and picking something up. Like it sounded like it was taking you down through there. Like just the thought of it. He was like, yeah, cause I gotta bend over and pick it up. And maybe I want to do that, and maybe I don't.
Like sometimes it's a good exhausting thinking about this stuff, you know, because you be like, hey, you really don't want to do it, but you know you have to do it. You know, so
Man, it's my selfish error. I ain't doing nothing that I don't necessarily have to do. Even the necessities, I'm prioritizing those because, and we just gonna pay somebody else to do the other stuff. Cause for what? Why do I need to go and get my mail? It ain't nothing but bills in there anyway. Why do I need to clean out my mailbox? Is it really my mailbox? I didn't buy it. It was there when I got here. You know what I'm saying? Does it really belong to me?
mm.
I don't know. All I know is they want me to get the mail, the bills out, and to pay them. Like the bills don't ever stop. So if I already know what bills need to be paid, why do I need to open up the mail? Just saying. So I'm just cutting out unnecessary activity.
I see.
I'm
Um,
not. I'm not going to no mailbox. I'm not going to no mailbox. Hey, did you get my letter I received? That I sent you in the nope. Did you get a package, baby? If it wasn't in the Amazon bin for my retrieval, I'm not.
mm,
I didn't get it. I'm sorry. I didn't get your letter.
right.
Girl, I sent you a baby shower invitation in the mail. Oh, you did? When you could have just texted me the details to my phone so my Apple Watch could tell me? I'm an adult now. We don't check the mail. Do you check the mail? Cause you laughing like that's still a
Oh,
thing. Like
shit. Yeah, yeah, gotta check the mail. Gotta check the mail. You never know, it might be a good old chicken there.
ain't
So,
nobody writing checks. This how I know. You know what? When they made checks obsolete, when you can't go through a line now and give the cashier a check no more, because like I think the last time I seen somebody write a check in the line in front of me when I was like checking out or something was like 4 years ago, and they gave that lady a hard time. They was
mm,
like, "Oh, we don't do that here, baby. This a Walmart. Y'all don't take checks." Like, oh, mm-mm, mm-mm. I said, I ain't gonna even worry about buying a new book. A new book of checks at the bank. That's just a waste of my money because people don't check them no more. I guess because there's so many people making them bounce and stuff like that. So I really, if folks ain't
no,
writing checks, then
I
how we
don't
gonna
think
get
it's
one in
that.
the mail?
But
That's what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
you was in the digital era, so it ain't just necessarily cause chicks are bouncing. I just think cause some of them deem the digital to be a whole lot easier and quicker. You
I
know,
mean, I respected the check movement though. Because like, they used to come with the little balancing sheets and some of them had the little, you write in them and then on the back side you had like the what do they call it? Like the carbon copy of it. So you know what you bought and what you wrote a check for that week. I was into it. I really was.
appreciate it.
But they
Mm,
started doing too much.
just started. No, no.
Yeah, they wouldn't give me, you go to the bank and you buy your check, your book of checks. They started having like characters and stuff on it. They stopped doing the colors and you can't get purple. And I was like, What y'all doing?
Yeah, ain't nobody making no purple checkbook.
I mean, they was doing everything else. They were doing Star Wars and Minnie Mouse and Mickey Mouse. You ain't got Winnie the Pooh? What I want it for? What I'm gonna pay some extra money
Winnie
buy
the
another
Pooh.
checkbook? So you don't like teddy bears?
Oh, that right. All right. What she say? Sound like he about to go fall asleep. I am tired.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I am tired. I said I was gonna do an hour and a half. Got about 10 minutes left.
No, you're not counting down.
Yeah, I am kind of tired. One of the days, I guess, some days you could be great, and some days you just be tired.
Of being an adult.
Yeah, of being an adult, perfect situation for a perfect topic at this very moment. They kind of go together.
What?
So, what I said and my action right now.
I see what you're saying.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Right. But so, and I said that, I think I'm gonna get ready to get out here. 'Cause,
Keep it 100. Keep it 100.
yeah, keep it 100 now. We always keep it 100. Um,
So that's all
okay.
you feel about adulthood? Because
Um,
it's a whole lot more we could talk about. We could talk about how hard it is to find a good mechanic and a good lawyer as an adult. We could
uh,
talk about why they
we're
separate
gonna,
dental and vision with the insurance. I mean, this stuff ain't nobody talking about adulthood. How all this is really a trap. Like they just set me up. They had me saying, I can't wait until I get grown. I'm a whole adult, about middle age, and I'm still waiting to get grown because I ain't done growing yet. They don't tell you how when you become an adult, that don't make you grown. You still gotta grow.
all right.
It's wild out here.
Well, that's according to what you believe. Some people believe that once you cross over that threshold from 18 to 19 or 25 to 26, some people consider that being grown.
Mm-mm. See, grown means mature, like grown up, like you have reached the full growth development, and there's no more that you can undergo for maturity. That's what grown means, right? In this particular condition, a lot of adults who are in their 60s ain't even met yet. So they're adults, they just not grown, even though they doing grown folk stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, they out here, popping bottles every weekend at the club, buying cases and cases and cases of beer, doing grown folk stuff, but their bills not paid. They ain't got no retirement plan. If something happened to them, their family got to bury them. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
once you reach level of maturity to where you're done maturing, you got a 529 college plan for your children in place for all of them. You got uh the the burial paid for, and like now that little $12,000, or that with some places it's anywhere from 1,200 to 12,000, but in the SIP it's about 1,200.
Yeah.
That little burial fee, once people, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and you can't pay that in advance. They got that put up in cash somewhere under the mattress or something. That's what grown folks do. You see what I'm saying? Like, these folks be out here saying they grown, but they ain't got no contingency plan. for the future or for the near future. If something happen, they can't live off their savings for a year. They ain't even got a 6 month, cushion if they lost their job. Because Mississippi at will state, they could fire you for any reason. You could have a boss to say, "Hey, I want you to take notes at this meeting," and you say, "Absolutely not." For what? How you know I'm not illiterate? And then they go take it to HR. HR say, "Hey, you're giving us a hostile work environment
Hmm.
just because you told them absolutely not," and they can fire you.
Right.
Unemployment ain't paying nothing.
Ain't paying a thing. Not
You
for
can't
what,
even buy food on unemployment
not for what's going on out here now. No, ain't paying
for
nothing.
one person. Yeah, like so. Oh, bless me.
Bless you.
So yeah, like it's wild out here.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna hold you up.
Well, I appreciate you for tapping in, though. Appreciate you for
No
coming
problem.
up on the panel.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank you for having
discussing
me.
the topic with me. So appreciate you. I'm very grateful.
Mhm.
That you're willing to do that. Any last
Mhm.
words to the people before
What
we
you
get up
saying?
out of here? Any last words to the people before we get up out of here?
Yes. Adulthood is hard, so be kind, drink water, and mind your business, y'all. We out here healing and growing and, trying not to lose our minds. So I guess see y'all next time. Stay vigilant. Good night.
Appreciate you, Miss Studio. Appreciate you. So,
Never mind. I want to
yeah.
change my wait, can
Oh,
I
go
I
ahead.
need a do over. I just thought of something better than what I just said.
Go ahead.
Here we go. Ask me again.
You have anything you want to say before you get out here tonight?
Absolutely. Adulthood is ghetto, but God is faithful. Y'all have a good night.
Once again, appreciate Miss Studio for tapping in, for joining around. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we said something tonight that you kind of help you along your way, or even just um, kind of resonate with you. Sometimes life feels hard, but the thing about it is, if you still here, if you still trying, if you still moving, you're stronger than you think. Not because life is easy, but because you survived what tried to break you. That counts. You see what I'm saying? That counts a lot, because sometimes certain situations, certain things, it seem like life is trying to break you. Um, so yeah, adulthood is hard. Life is heavy. And some days, some of this stuff feel pointless as anything. But like I said, you still standing, and sometimes that's a win. So keep that in mind. Just keep pushing forward, keep being grateful, and keep doing what you do. Like I always said before I get up out of here, if you got somebody you love, go tell them, go hug them, go kiss them, because what somebody is going through today, you can easily be you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So, but with that, when you're ready to get up out of here, this has been Talking Greasy. Appreciate y'all for coming to the shop. If you like the content, drop a like button, drop a comment if you're watching the replay, subscribe to the channel, share the content, you know what I'm saying? Bring a friend and tell a friend to bring another friend, you know. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. See you next time. Y'all be blessed. All right, Miss Aries, you coming up next time.